Hello everyone, TurtleAxe here bringing you another AFK Journey video. Today is day 1 of the Ravaged Realm. As you can see here, we are beginning with the Immortal squad, which basically means that we can only use Graveborn faction heroes along with specific Celestial and Hypogenes as determined by the devs of this game. In this case, it'll be Scarlita, Talene, and Berial. And basically, because this is going to be the first Setsahara video on my channel, I'm just going to spend an extra maybe 2 to 3 minutes to talk about the challenge rewards, to basically show you the incentives to actually trying on this mode, as well as briefly going over Setsahara's kit. That way you guys know exactly how his mechanics work. And then we're going to dive right in to 2 teams. One is going to be a refined whale team that is capable of scoring anywhere between 27 build to maybe 31, 32 build points. And then the next showcase will be a refined free-to-play team that will run 1 copy of like an epic Scarlita, because every account should have gotten at least 1 copy of every single Celestial and Hypogene, and we're going to do that free-to-play showcase, which is capable of scoring anywhere between 17 build to 21, maybe 22 build, depending on how invested your heroes are. So without further ado, let's first begin by showing you the daily rewards. So one thing you'll notice right off the bat is that you'll get something called Grimstones, and these Grimstones, they are actually very generously given. We actually have some low spenders on our district who don't have a Talene, don't have a Berial, their Scarlita's not fully built, heck, maybe their Ludovic is still legendary, and they are still within like the top 50 to 51 to 100, which means they should get the full amount of Grimstones, as well as maybe just like 2 Twilight Essences less than the top 20. And these Grimstones, which is really the main reason you play this mode, is used to purchase these items in the Emporium. In terms of purchase priorities, I think if you went with either the Stellar Crystal or the Temporal Essence, you can't go wrong with that. Eventually, your goal is to buy out the entire top 2 rows, and then I would say the next worth after the top 2 rows would be these A-level Soul Stones. Just because I think if you're like me, you're probably sitting on more than 500 title essences as I am. So purchase priority for me is actually going to be temporal essences first, just because I'm trying to bring my Diurnal to EX20. And I do know some people who started buying the stellar crystals on the top row, and of course they got another chipmunk when they summoned. So I would personally go with the temporal essences first. Okay, and then at the end of the 12-day period, I believe this is going to be a temporary mode. I'm not sure if this mode is going to return, which may be a good or a bad thing for people, because some people said that the Setsahara boss is a little bit boring. Not going to lie, I find his character design to be cool, but I find his kit to be... The animations are cool when he does this quicksand kind of animation. He'll maybe knock back your enemies, but he doesn't really do much other than that. But the rewards are quite nice. You get these really cool, equipment, and you also get stellar crystals. And what's really cool, and also Abyssal Essence, which you use to take a hero straight from EX level 20 to EX 25. What I like about the rewards is how generous they are. So long as you are in the top 100, you should get the full 15 stellar crystals as well as the Abyssal Essence. It looks like this equipment is permanent, which suggests to me that once this event is over, it's probably not going to come back. So these rewards should be actually limited edition unless they bring the mode back. So long as you're top 100, you should get the full 15 stellar crystals as well as the 1 abyssal essence, which are, I think, the main reason you play this mode. And then as you go down, even if you're top 500, you're still getting 10 stellar crystals, which is a 1/4 of a guarantee to a Hypogene or Celestial. So very generous rewards for not a very difficult mode. Now, obviously, if you want the wings, let me see, or the horn, then you'll want to get top 20. But I think the horn looks kind of weird well, it's actually not letting me try, but it just hovers in the air behind you. So anyways, let's get right into it. So when we go over Setsahara's kit, basically the 2 main things is that he interrupts your heroes a lot. I do notice that my Talene, when she enters her ultimate, the Setsahara interrupts her pretty frequently, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I would say that's probably the main part of his mechanic. There's this part where he does... He has 2 different ways to knock your heroes back for about 3 seconds, which can interrupt your, certain skills or ultimates that your heroes are, employing. But also he has 2 different skills that also tends to target the area with the most heroes. Although I do have to say that given that he's going to do the quicksand move that kind of clusters all your heroes together, as well as just noticing the formations of everyone. I don't think anyone's really spreading out their heroes in the top leaderboard. So I would say that him hitting the area with the most allies is probably not going to matter that much. It's not going to change your map formation. You're more doing your map formation to optimize which hero is forming a pact with who, which hero is blessing who. That's probably what you care most when you're creating your formations. And that's it really. His kit is really simple. So anyways, the first showcase I want to show to you now is going to be the most optimal refined whale team. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to have Thorn in the front with Talene right behind. She's going to be the beneficiary of the 50% damage reduction by Thorn. You're going to bring a Scarlita here because Scarlita has her season skill, which improves the haste of your heroes after the 8-second mark and increases the damage dealt by your allies at the 40-second mark. You're mainly running her for the season skill. Carolina does a surprising amount of single target damage, so obviously she's going to be in the team. And Ludovic and Talene are two peas in a pod. Talene is a very energy hungry hero that once she depletes her energy reserves when she's in her ultimate state, she will start depleting her HP. So having a Ludovic on your team is going to keep Talene topped up. But also Ludovic is the only Greatborn healer, and he's actually the only healer you can run in the Immortal squad if you're not counting Niru. So for this reason, these are the 5 heroes you're going to run. When we go to Team 2, for Team 2, for some reason, you can only run 3 heroes. I don't know why. So the 3 heroes you're going to run are actually Viperian, Berial, and Setsahara, and you're going to run the Light Heal spell. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that given that survival is going to be very important, and with the evocation spell, it has the perfect balance of offensive and defensive utility, providing shields with the first spirit, providing leech rate with the third spirit, keeps your team mostly healthy towards the very end of the match. And then given that we don't have a second healer to put on map 2, so you're going to run the Light Heal spell, which is a pretty good defensive stat stick, and also makes it so that you do top up with some heals periodically. So let's go ahead and showcase this here. Okay, so just right off the bat, the Setsahara, he hits the area with the most allies. Yeah, and he does the quicksand thing, which will vortex everyone in the middle, and then he's going to interrupt my Talene. Yeah, I think he interrupted my Talene there. He has like 2 different ways to interrupt you, and this is why I say formations don't really matter too much, because he's just going to herd everyone within the quicksand anyways. And what will end up happening is that I do expect a score of about 17 to 18 bill, and I'm sorry, I just realized that my camera is blocking the timer, so I'll move my face cam and camera down a little bit. Oops. All right, so 18.9 bill. I think that is on the high end, which is pretty cool. All right, and yeah, so light heal is going to be very important here. I did try without a light heal, and my team died at around maybe with 20 seconds or 25, 30 seconds remaining. So I do think the light heal spell is very important to keep everyone alive until the very end. And actually, because of this, you can actually forego Niru and just go full offense with Viperian. And the cool thing is that Setsahara, for the most part, maintains 100% uptime. I know her summon died just now. That's actually kind of rare. Usually her summon will have his HP fully regenerated before he disappears. And I do expect about maybe 7 or 8 bill on this side, which is pretty respectable. Okay, so 7.7 bill, that's pretty nice. I think this might be a new personal best for me. Yeah, because I hit extra hard on the first team. So as you can see here, if you talk to people on Discord, pretty much everyone says that the main thing is that whether you have a Talene or not. If you don't have a Talene, then you're probably going to score maybe like 3 or 4 build points lower than a person with a well-invested Talene. That's just how it is. The good news is that it doesn't appear that not having a Berial will impact your side 2 that much. As you can see here, both Viperian and Setsahara scored higher than Berial, so people who don't have Berial shouldn't be too upset, by this. Berial actually isn't that important. So now that we've gone over this whale guild, or whale team. Oh, and by the way, in terms of charms, let me just show you my charm set real quick. You know, to be honest, I looked at the top 4 players running this team, and everyone has a completely different charm set. Not a single person is running the same charm set. Not even close. We're talking like all 3 charms being different. So, but I do have to say that for Talene, my Talene as well as the rank 1 Talene did the most damage. Both of our Talenes did about 8 bill, while the other 2 Talenes did 7 bill. So I would say that if you feel like this charm set matters, then I would go with either my charm set on Talene or go with the Tuxedo Mask charm set that's basically a blue orb with the Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon. Just go with that because that one does ultimate strength and I forget the other ability, but it's a charm set I used to run. All right, so now that we've gone over the... Oh, sorry, let me just finish showing you the charm set. So this is an offensive Ludovic charm set, and then here's my charm set for Viperion. For Cessia, by the way, the Cessia one is the attack speed and attack percent, I think. It's either that or attack speed and something else. And then there's my Berial. Oh, this is the Tuxedo Mask one. So this is the other optimal Talene charm set, in my opinion. All right, so now let's show you the free-to-play. So the free-to-play, let me go ahead and... Basically, I drew inspiration by the top-scoring free-to-play, and I kind of modified it to what I would do if I was a free-to-play. I might DM him to, give him some optimization tips, but essentially what you're going to do is, you're not going to have a Talene, so instead you're going to run a Sylvina, and I probably would do something like this. I know in my thumbnail I have it like this, but actually I think logically this probably doesn't matter, honestly. And then Ludovic, and the formation doesn't matter too much. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, oh, Turtle, this is not free to play because technically Scarlita, is a Celestial, but guys, if you're free to play, check your inventory. If you've been playing any length of time and Setsahara, like the Ravaged Realm, has dropped on your server, chances are you have 1 copy of Scarlita. So just put in your 1 copy of Scarlita for her season skill, you'll do fine. You'll do better than without. You're going to do better with an epic Scarlita than like a Supreme plus Niru. I can tell you that straight up. So just go with this team 1. And then for team 2, you're going to do Viperion. And instead of Berial, you're going to have Niru. And then you have Cessia. Formation doesn't matter. I know the thumbnail formation's a little different, but everyone's going to get clustered anyways by the quicksand. And, excuse me, the artifact spells are exactly the same. All right. And after this battle, I can scroll down in the rankings to show you that there's people who are scoring 20 bill who are rocking a legendary Ludovic, an epic Scarlita, or a mythic plus Talene. You don't need a Supreme plus Talene or Ludovic or Scarlita to put yourself within range to pretty much get the same rewards as a whale. Yeah, whoop-de-doo, they'll maybe get 1 Twilight Essence more than you a day, but you're going to get the most important rewards the exact same amount as a whale. Okay, so I anticipate that without a Talene, we're probably going to score maybe like 14 bill. I would be surprised if we scored higher than that. Oh, okay, maybe like 15 bill, which is actually pretty impressive if you think about it, because with the Talene, I only scored 3 bill higher, so it's not that huge of a deal. And I can show you the rankings in my district afterwards. The difference between a free-to-play team and a whale team on my district, District 8, which is a pretty old district, I would consider, it is a difference between rank like top 10 and rank 51 to 100. And rank 51 to 100 has the same rewards as top 10 or top 20. So I wouldn't really sweat it. I know, I was watching other content creators videos and checking the comment section, and some people were upset that this is a whale mode, but it really isn't. Yeah, with the Talene, you'll have a higher ranking, but when at the end of the day, when everyone collects their rewards, it's pretty much the same. So just be happy that we have this mode to get more temporal essences and stellar crystals, and twilight essences. All right, so 6.4 bill, that's actually not that much lower than the Berial comp. So as you can see here, we scored a respectable 21.7 bill. And if you have an epic Scarlita, you'll be scoring more like 19 bill, maybe 20 bill. It won't be that much difference because when you look at the points here, the main damage dealer is still Carolina, scoring twice that of Scarlita. And pretty much everyone is holding their own weight. When you have an epic Scarlita, you'll probably lose out on maybe 2 bill more points, but that's about it. And as you can see for side 2, you know, Berial didn't do that much more than Viperian, or I'm sorry, that much more than Niru. And there will, of course, always be RNG. Like, Viperian woke up on this round, decided to be like, oh, we don't have Berial, I'm gonna pick up the slack. So, you know, at the end of the day, RNG will be the big indicator of, or the biggest factor regarding how well your team performs. So anyways, I hope that was informative. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys cooked up a better whale or free-to-play team formation, do leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.